So hello, welcome to another episode of Stephen's Forals. As you can see, you join me today for the very last episode that will feature this car. That is because I've decided to sell this SLK now. There's a couple of different reasons for this. We'll start off with what happened recently, which I took it in for service MOT, absolutely fine. But I sort of clocked how many miles there were on this car between the last MOT and the current MOT, and it was 700 miles. And although as much as I love this car, as much as I want to keep this car, I've had to do something very radical for me, and I've actually had to think using my head. Now I know that's something I can't enthusiastically don't do. It's all about the heart, it's all about the passion, but I've had to sort of sit down and have a bit of a battle between my head and my heart, and unfortunately my head has won on this occasion. I am going to be sad to see this car go, but it's just not used enough. Obviously I've got my other SLK as well, so there'll still be an SLK around. And obviously I've got my 4-seater SL as well, which is even better for when I want to go out with the dogs and go to different car shows and do different things. Now, I've had this car 5.5 years now, and I absolutely still love this car. I will be really sad to see it go. But it's the right time to move this car on now. It's really sad, as I say, to see it go. I don't want to get rid of this car, but it just isn't used. The other SLK has done a few more miles than this one. The SL, hopefully going to use that a bit more next year. And to be honest, the money that I'm putting into the SL, as you know, I've already bought the SL, it's currently over at the SL shop. They're fixing a whole load of things with the car. There's nothing major wrong with the car. There's just lots of little bits and pieces just to get that car back up to where I want to get it. And I do sort of think, is the money that I could get for this car, plus all the savings in terms of no MOT next year, no service, no tax, no more fuel, no insurance on this one, all those things I could save myself money on, could I put that back into something else? Could I put that into the old SLK and getting those few extra little bits and pieces I need to do to get that car, that project finished, and also putting money into the SL as well? There's also another factor that the older SLK and the SL are going to go up in value. This one is going to depreciate. I have to give this car a little bit of credit in terms of depreciation because it hasn't depreciated as much as I thought it would. Again, I didn't buy this car new. I think it's about 7 years old when I bought this car. And I think I probably lost maybe 4,000 or 5,000 in terms of depreciation on this car. Which, when you say I've had it, about 5.5 years now, I don't think that's bad in terms of depreciation. I can sort of stomach that. So this car is only going to go down in value as the other two are going to go up. I know I have to put a bit more money into the other two, but hopefully I'll make a little money in the investment as well. One of the reasons that I bought my SL is because it was an investment. I love the idea that a car is going to go up in value. As with the old SLK, again, those prices of those cars can't really get much lower, and I'm sort of noticing more so with the real top-notch concourse low mileage examples. They're starting to creep up in value now. You could get a decent SLK a few years ago with, say, concourse low mileage for sort of maybe 5, 6, 7,000. Now you can ask whether you get it or not over 10,000. That's I wouldn't pay over £10,000 for a car like that at the moment, but maybe in years to come they might actually all be worth that. In terms of my car, again, I bought £500. I've put probably about 1,500 to £2,000 into it, so I'm probably somewhere between sort of 2.5 on it at the moment. I reckon it's probably worth about that. Again, it's interesting to think the values of the lower end cars, they do seem a little bit all over the place. The real bottom end of the market, again, you're probably looking, can just about get an SLK for 1,000, and I don't think a very good one. I wouldn't advise buying one for that money if you can afford a little bit more. 2 or 3 grand probably gets you a really good example on one of those. So, anyway, got a little bit off track there. I've had so many good memories in this car. I've been up and down the country. I've been around the country a little bit in this car. I've done so many different things in so many different places. And we've gone through quite a bit in this car. This is my first Mercedes that I bought. It was one of those things I'd always dreamed of having a Mercedes, and this was originally a sort of daily driver. At the time, I only worked around the corner from where I lived, so I didn't actually use this car every day as such. It was only sort of weekend car and then sort of evenings as well. But I sort of could justify having it. But now I've got the B class, which is used every day, and I love this car for that. I've got the SLK and the SL. It's sort of like, do I sort of need 4 cars? And when I was buying the SL, the back of my mind, I kind of thought that I'm probably going to have to sell a car. Ultimately, it's come down to whether I sort of need 4 cars. I think I'm sort of finding out at the moment I don't really use 3 cars, let alone 4. So there really isn't the place in my life for this car anymore, and that's such a shame because I'm sad to see it go. Like I keep saying, I really don't want to sell this car, but my head has overruled my heart on this rare occasion, and simply just can't keep it. So you probably noticed the plate has already changed. My private plate will probably be going on to the B class very soon. I'm just waiting for the final few bits of paperwork to come through in the V5, and then this car will be going. Yeah. So I'm genuinely gutted about this car going. I really am. I don't want to see it go in my heart of hearts, but ultimately I've had my enjoyment of this car. I've got out what I wanted to get out of it, and now it's time to move on and enjoy something else. Enjoy my SL, enjoy the other SLK, and keep using the B class for the daily stuff as well. It was quite funny recently. I took the B class in for its MOT, and the MOT guy actually wanted to buy this car. He said it's a sale. And bearing in mind that the MOT guy at the place where I work is really strict, so I knew this is sort of A, it's a good car because he wants to buy it, and it's the bloke that failed his own car, by the way. So it's a good car, and B, this is the car I should least sell. I'd rather be maybe off this one, to be honest, but I won't go into that anyway. So it's a very different episode today. I really don't want to see this car go, but it just makes a whole load of common sense to get rid of this car now, doesn't it, Charlie? But even though this car is going, there's still plenty of other stuff going on. I've still got my daily drive vehicle, I've still got my old SLK. Still needs a few things doing to it, so there'll be some more content coming up on that. And I've also got my SL, which I've mentioned is already over at the SL shop, and hopefully will come back soon. And then there might not be too much content on that over the winter, but as we get more into the spring and next summer, hopefully I'll be getting out in that car a lot more when I use that car a lot. And just enjoy it really. So there'll still be lots of particularly Merc related content coming up, and you never know what else might happen. As you know, I didn't plan on buying a £500 SLK, but it just happened. So you never know quite what's going to happen. Just what's just around the corner in life as well. So I'm going to say goodbye from the last time for my new SLK. It's goodbye from me, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.